So it's been about a month since we last checked on our top working project. This is originally a Valencia Pride tree, and we're top working it to ice cream. So there's a lot of growth that's happened, some of the growth we want and some of the growth we don't want. So we need to go remove the growth we don't want and encourage the ice cream mango to grow fast. So let's go do that. We'll start at this branch. This is some growth that is Valencia Pride. We don't need it to graft onto, so off it goes. And be careful when you cut back grafts. Make sure you're cutting the right thing. This is the grafted part. You can see a little difference in the shine here. That's where the buddy tape is. This is the Valencia Pride. We'll just cut that back here. This is the same situation. When the back is the ice cream, and this is the Valencia Pride. Off it goes. And notice that some of these look pretty, the stems underneath the buddy tape almost look brown. So be careful you don't take off actually successful graft. This one over here is successful, but those leaves are very small. So it's good to keep a few leaves on to keep this particular branch active. So we'll come back another time after these leaves have gotten bigger and hardened off and cut back the rest of this. And this right here is the ice cream. This is the Valencia Pride. You can tell from the buddy tape on this. So off the Valencia Pride goes. We'll move over to this branch. Here we have ice cream growth coming out of there. So just take the Valencia Pride right off. And I think we've got something over on this side too. Way up here. Okay. So this is the part, the good part right here. So we want to take off this Valencia Pride. Make sure that it's not forming any new branches below. That all looks fine. This one here, I don't think we'll graft onto, so we might as well just take it out. I'll move on to this. Here we have successful graft is in the back here. So we'll take this off here. This is Valencia Pride that's taking off. Both are ice cream. I'm going to leave this on. I might want to graft onto that later. This has already been cut back. I don't think I'll graft onto this, but I'm not quite sure, so I'll leave this one. And here we have this one, this part that is closer to us has been wrapped in buddy tape. So the back is the Valencia Pride. Cut that off. So this one is the ice cream. Cut back the Valencia Pride. Same situation here. This particular shoot is close to this one and here, so it's not an ideal candidate for grafting in the future. Plus we have 4 grafts in this one area, so just remove that. Go up top. This happened to make it even without elastics. This, of course, is the ice cream. This is the Valencia Pride. I'll take off the Valencia Pride. Not sure if I'll graft onto a branch going this way or this way. I know I won't use this small one, so I'll take that off, and that will be possible sites for future grafts. We have this ice cream. It's just barely getting going, so we don't want to take off all of the leaves. I'll just trim back this Valencia Pride to have, I guess, 4 leaves on it. That's usually plenty to keep this active. And so here we have another ice cream, and take off the Valencia Pride. And this final one in this cluster. So buddy tape is just holding it on a little bit, but there we go. It's a nice cut. We have buddy tape and in some cases paraffin tape holding these grafts, helping support it. And you can notice that these elastics that we use to make sure that union was tight are actually degrading in the sun. So there's actually no reason to cut these off. They're still providing a little bit of support. And when they are completely degraded, hopefully the plant won't need them anymore. So here we were waiting for new shoots to come out of this area to help heal this cut. And so this is why these grafts are younger than a lot of the other ones. But all of the growth below the graft needs to be removed. This has got very young leaves up here, so we want to still have these older leaves keeping this area active. But all these fresh leaves on the Valencia Pride sprout are taking energy from this ice cream graft. So off that goes. This, it doesn't look great, but it does have these green sprouts up on top, little green buds, I should say. So that could still be good. What needs to happen in this particular area is to take these sprouts off of the base. Anything below the graft is stealing energy. It's like a leak in a hose. So get that off. And while we're here, I'll take off this other growth that's lower on the trunk. It's a little tiny sprout there. Okay, this whole area is good. Move on to this one. So here's our new ice cream growth, successful graft, which means we don't need these shoots that are close to it. Also makes it a lot easier to see what else you have to do. Here's ice cream, has nice 3 branches. Don't need this Valencia Pride. We'll cut off that and we'll get the rest of that from another direction. And then here we have ice cream, and this back one is Valencia Pride. It's not the right angle to make the final cut. I'll just cut so it makes it obvious I need to go to the other side to make those 2 cuts. Do that right now. see how far back that goes. Okay, and we have one more shoot coming out of here. I don't see a big advantage to that this stage. If another shoot forms closer to this cut, I'll probably keep it, but this one I'll just take off. Those 2 branches is enough, and it's not a strategically located one. So let's go back to where we were on this side. That's all done. Oh. Here we have a situation of this coming out of the middle of nowhere. We have this graft here, which is in a much better place. So I'll take this off. That was Valencia Pride. There's a few little buds down here that I'll take off. We don't need that sprouting out. Okay. And this is the ice cream. We see that it's a little bit blacker from the buddy tape. And so we'll take off this Valencia Pride. This is not grafted onto, and we don't need it. So off it comes. This ice cream is doing wonderfully. Can cut back the Valencia Pride. So this is all Valencia Pride. I just left it on for shade and for keeping everything active. This is also Valencia Pride, a lot younger, but very close to this ice cream graft. So both of these can come off. Double check to make sure nothing was grafted, and take them off. Okay, makes it a lot easier to see here. This is ice cream. So again, cut off the Valencia Pride. This is ice cream, but the leaves are too new, so I will leave that Valencia Pride on there to support those new leaves. This has not been grafted onto. I might want to graft onto it. Probably not, but I'll leave it. You can only cut it off once, so postpone that decision. Here is ice cream, and this top one is no longer needed. There's a lot of growth there on the ice cream. So off that comes. Now, what I think I'll do now is, this is not branching out, did not branch out between these growth flushes, so I'll cut off the most recent growth flush. Hopefully it'll have some new branches. I would like to fill out this part of the tree. So, do that. We have one more to cut back. This is the ice cream graft. Valencia Pride. And let's see, I'll force this one to branch. This will do it from here. So that's all there was to do for this tree. It's pretty much completely done. I've left myself 4 or 5 options, areas where I could add a graft if I wanted to. There are 2 or 3 areas where the new ice cream leaves were too young to cut back the Valencia Pride growth completely. So I'll need to come back and do that also. but very minor work is left for this tree. It's mostly up to the tree now to just grow ice cream foliage.